and good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for attending the first Caribbean Association of Georgia's meeting, general meeting. We are truly excited to have you all here. Um, Please go ahead, like and share this video so that everyone can get some information. We have a lot of information for you today. We have someone that will be talking to you all about taxes. But before we start, I'm going to go ahead and put it over to our Sergeant in Arms just for records keeping. If you can call the meeting to order, please.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the meeting. It is now 5:31, and our meeting is just about to start on record.
Thank you so much, Madam Sergeant in Arms. We greatly appreciate you for that. And once again, as we stated, welcome to the Caribbean Association. Caribbean Association of Georgia's meeting. Mr. Garth, if you can go ahead and open us up in prayer, and then we will do a roll call.
Our God and our Father, we thank you for your faithfulness, your goodness, your loving kindness towards us. And as we come this evening, God, we would be totally wrong for not just giving you credit and giving you all the glory and all the praise for everything that you do for us each and every single day. We ask, dear God, that as we meet this evening, God, that you'd bless this time spent together, that it will be an opportunity for information to be passed on, Father God, from the speaker that we have this evening, that will help and enlighten each of us. We pray, dear God, that you will just let your will be done in this group, and may this group, God, stand firmly and grounded and rooted in you. Through Jesus Christ our Lord, we humbly pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. Camille, if you can go ahead and do roll call for us, please.
Samantha Samuels.
Here.
Garth Henson.
Here.
Julian Walker. Christine Newton.
I'm here.
Lawrence Prescott. Olinda.
Excuse.
Okay. Camille Fitzsimmons here.
And Garfield is excused as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Camille, for that. Give me 1 second, I apologize. Okay. All right, so we have so much. 2020 came and hit us, and we just thought, whew, the world was almost coming to an end, but it did not. God still has us here. So we're so grateful that you all, for those of you that are joining us live, we're grateful that you are joining us live. Make sure that you visit our website, caribbeangeorgia.org. Like our Facebook, share the Facebook page so that you get all the resources. Now I have a low, let's see who knows. Let's see how much the executive board knows. And even Minister Chris, thank you, Minister Chris, for joining in on the meeting. And for anyone, if you ever want to get live on, if you want to join our Zoom and not be on Facebook, you can always register. You have to register prior to, so you can be a part of our meeting on Zoom. But let's see who knows what we have done in 2020. We have done so much in 2020. We're just, actually, when we were reflecting the executive team, we were amazed of how many things. So I'm going to put the executive team on blast. Who knows what we have done in 2020? Who can say what we've done?
Do you have time?
No, just popcorn and just say.
We did a toy drive. We fed we fed the at the shelter, transition men at the place in Atlanta.
Okay, next, come on, let's go.
We've done mental health and the Zoomathon.
Popcorn.
Celebrated Father's Day.
Yes. Popcorn, popcorn.
Mother's Day. Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. We celebrated Mother's Day. Yes. What about we celebrated?
We gave blankets and
Yes, we
to
partnered
the
with
to the
Social
home.
Forward for blankets for the homeless. Yes.
Yes.
Toys for tots.
And we gave out food
Gave
distribution.
us food distribution.
Food
Yes.
distribution with the Alzheimer's Center with Sylvia.
Sylvia,
Yes,
Miss
Dennis. Right?
Sylvia.
Yes.
Yes.
What
We did Toys for tots.
Toys for
Yes.
Tot in 2 locations this year.
Yes,
Yes.
Stone Mountain and
Stone
McDonough.
Mountain and Madonna.
Yes. Gosh, if it was a hot potato, I would
We
get
did a
burned.
lot in the month of June.
That was in the
Caribbean
month of June.
Heritage Month celebration.
Yes,
And the
Mr. Garth
census,
said.
we celebrated the census.
Yes.
And census. Yes.
Yes. Minister
Feed the
Chris, what did you
soldiers.
say?
We fed
I
the
echoed
soldiers.
Mr. Garth. I echoed Mr. Garth with Caribbean Heritage Month celebration. That was huge.
Yeah, whole
Yes.
week. Yes, the whole
We assisted with the voting. We had several different individuals on our platforms to promote different resources to our community. So awesome. I think you guys passed the test. Yeah.
And the big one is around. We did the ton with the children all over the world.
Yeah, Zoomathon, yes. Camille said that.
Zoomathon,
Yes,
yes, that
Zoomathon,
was
yes,
big.
yes,
The whole
yes.
day.
Can't forget the Zoomathon.
Can't forget
Yeah,
the
whole day.
Zoomathon. Yes, we did. You know what? We did a the honey baked ham fundraiser.
Yes.
We did a honey baked ham fundraiser. So we did quite a bit. We accomplished all of that, and we could not have done it without you all who have supported us as well. So we say thank you to you all on reflecting, and you can always, if you want to see a reflection on all those videos, they're on YouTube. They're on our, you can go to our website page, but definitely go to our YouTube page. I don't think a lot of people realize that we have a YouTube page. Please go ahead and like that page, because you'll get you can go back and watch all of those events that we have done, because it's on there. At least majority of them are on there. Let me just say that disclaimer. All right, so next up, we are truly excited as a team as we're looking forward to 2021 and what is the vision and the mission taking the Caribbean Association of Georgia forward, going into our 12th year. Amazing. We have one of our previous president, Minister Chris, on, the founder, Jackie Watson. She's out there somewhere. But we are so excited when the executive team met this week and discussing the vision. Actually, we met last week for our executive retreat, laid out what we wanted CAG to look like this year. And we are truly excited to start this one. She is not available on today, but you will definitely see her in the future. So we have welcome the first youth ambassador for the Caribbean Association of Georgia. Let me repeat that again. We have our first youth ambassador for the Caribbean Association of Georgia. Her name is Mercedes Fagan. And when I tell you, and I'm sure the executive team can attest to this, when I tell you that she comes with talent, she is a talented young lady, first generation Caribbean American. Parents are hailing from Jamaica.
Hey.
So as soon as you guys, when we post her picture and please like, comment, because she's going to be doing some amazing things for the young people, to getting the young people to take on this legacy, because we're looking forward. So we just wanted to say to Mercedes, welcome to, and I don't know what happened. Where's my agenda? Welcome to the team. We're truly and truly excited to have her on the team. And if the executive team can just say one or two things that you probably got why we chose Mercedes Fagan as the first youth ambassador for the Caribbean Association of Georgia.
Say it again.
If you can say one thing why we chose her, one or two things why we chose her.
I chose her because I thought that she fit the role, the model. She's going to be an attorney. Um, she's Jamaican second heritage Jamaican.
First generation.
Caribbean, yes. She just she fits it. She's it.
Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, she just comes with a lot of qualifications. So we're really excited, and we will be posting more on that about her. So the vision for 2021, and just to give a little synopsis, because we're still in the planning stage, we're still trying to put everything together. But one of the vision for our 2021 is to really make the Caribbean Association of Georgia a resource organization where people are able, individuals that are traveling all over and are migrating to Georgia that are of Caribbean heritage, whether they're coming from out of the country or just traveling from New York or Florida, they should be able to, when they're looking for Caribbean things, Caribbean CAG should be that top place that's pulled up, and they can find resources from immigration. As you guys note, whoever is on our page or group, that we're posting stuff about immigration. Get educated about immigration. Throughout the month, every meeting, we will have our meeting, and we apologize for the time, this meeting from 5 to 6, and then from 6 to 7, we will be bringing resources that will help the community, help and support the community. So like today, we are having someone that will be speaking to you directly about taxes. So just look forward to so many more, and visit our website. That is where you will see our calendar, and you see what we have going forward for the entire month, the entire year of 2021. So with that said, but we just have a lot that's going on, and that we're planning for the Caribbean Association of Georgia. We've been around for a while, and with all the efforts that the previous presidents have made, I just wanted to take it and push it beyond, because it's always about growing continuously. With that said, I'm going to turn it over now to our Vice President, Gard Henton.
Well, thank you, Samantha. Uh, Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all sharing in this meeting with us. And I just want to say that when Minister Chris, who is who was the then president of this organization when I joined, I thought Minister Chris was, wow, I thought she really knew how to challenge and get everybody fired up. But Minister Chris, I see you taught Samantha very well, because she also knows exactly how to fire up and how to get everybody working. Last year we did so much, and we accomplished so much because she pushed us out of our comfort zone. So I know this year I'm looking forward to the challenges, and we're going to make this organization even better, and with the vision of continuing to focus on our membership, increasing membership, getting those members that are on paper but have never, uh, well, in quite a while, they have not been involved. We want to get them back, and we want to also, we are so thankful for this new young ambassador that we have, and we're looking forward to her helping with her expertise and in her area to help make CAG even more successful than we have been in the past. And with that, I would like our PR person, Christine, if she would just play for us the Barbados. We're highlighting each month, we try to highlight one or two countries. And so, for the sake of making it brief, we'll just do Barbados today. Christine, if you'd play that Barbados video for us, would appreciate it. A little higher volume.
432 square kilometers of tropical paradise. It's the most isolated island of the West Indies, located in the Caribbean region. We thought that we'd try Barbados in a different way. We're not going to an all-inclusive resort, but we're going to stay in a guest house and bar. Crystal Waters Guest House, but we'll tell you a bit more about Crystal Waters a little later on. Bridgetown is the capital and main city of Barbados. With a population of about 110,000, Bridgetown is the island's largest and most vibrant city. In history and culture, Bridgetown reflects a mixture of the old and the new. Street vendors with their colorful trays of fresh produce and goods can still be found in certain locations across Bridgetown.
We made a stop at the Bridge House Marina Bar and Restaurant. We sat amongst fishing boat tours with visitors contemplating their catch. Being a bit busy there, we decided to change venue and head over to Pirates Cove, located on Browns Beach. Browns Beach is one of the largest beaches on the island. The waters are very calm, making it ideal for swimming and sunbathing. The bay is also home to many shipwrecks, which in turn play host to many tropical fish, seahorses, and much, much more. If you're a scuba diver, be sure to visit Carlisle Bay. Not wanting to do the typical tourist bus excursion, we hired Tony. He would be our guide for a good part of the day and escort us around to explore the rest of the island. And of course, we can't think of Barbados without thinking of one of its most famous citizens, Rihanna. This was Tony's first stop. The singer was born and raised right here in this house. Wow, that's quite the switch to the lifestyle she lives now. When traveling, we always visit old churches, no matter the religion. Built in 1847, St. James Parish Church is among the 4 oldest surviving churches in Barbados. It is located near the site of the first settlement in Holetown. When we visit, we always find some time for a little prayer and reflection. As soon as you move farther north, the scenery changes to a more rugged, rocky, wild coast. We made a stop at the Animal Flower Cave that is located at the most northerly point of Barbados in the parish of St. Lucie. There are also several openings looking out to sea, offering spectacular views of the northern coast of Barbados, where huge Atlantic waves crash against the cliffs. Be sure to stop in at the Clifftop Bar and Restaurant, where they serve the best lemonade in Barbados, along with other refreshing drinks and local dishes. A bit scary, but still picture perfect. As you can see, the road is narrow as it winds its way along the scenic route towards the Atlantic coast. Oh, you were probably wondering, there is no swimming, unless you are a surfer and you do it at your own risk. Crystal Waters Guest House is where we stayed during our 7-day visit in Barbados. It is located right here on Worthing Beach. It consists of the main house and 2 adjacent houses with 20 rooms in total, as well as 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. You also have a bar and restaurant on the property. Pretty well everything is within walking distance, from the grocery store to the restaurant strip at St. Lawrence Gap. Should you need to go further, just hop on the ZR. the local minibus. The beach runs along the coast and is divided by several rocky barriers. This helps prevent erosion of the shore. You have everything you need at Crystal Waters. You can snorkel, and even have a diving boat that is anchored right here, so you don't have to rush to go anywhere else to catch it. Meet new friends, enjoy the island's natural beauty. And of course, the beautiful sunsets. Most guests here keep coming back every year for stays up to 3 months. So that says it all.
Thanks, Christine. All yours, Samantha.
It's, I don't know about you all, but I think because of this COVID and we weren't able to travel the way we ought to, I just felt like, yes, Lord, I am there with the coconut water. You can't go to the Caribbean and not have a coconut water, right? And not only, so thank you so much, Mr. Gart, for that, for highlighting. It's just always beautiful to highlight different Caribbean islands and countries. And today we celebrate with the Grenadians 47 years of independence. They will be having their event at 6 o'clock today. So we celebrate with the Grenadians as well. So congratulations to Grenada on 47 years of independence. So if you have a chance at, 6 o'clock, 6:30, you can go on the Caribbean CAG page, and you can find the information on there to get on there after 6 o'clock. But make sure you stay tuned to get some information afterwards. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Gart, for that. And as Mr. Gart says, please go to our website and sign up for membership. We need you in order to get our agenda and the vision for 2021 to push forward. We need every single one of you all. We cannot do it with just 6 and 7 men. We need manpower. Okay, so for the secretary and the treasurer's report, if I can have someone to approve that we will table that until next month, if I can, for both of those, because both of those individuals, they're out right now. So if we can just go ahead and table the secretarial and the treasurer's report for the month of February, can I have someone to approve that?
Yes, I do.
Please state your name.
Julian Walker, I'm Sergeant of Arms, and I approve that those 2 items be tabled until the next meeting.
May I have someone to second that, please?
And I second that motion.
Name, sir, for the record.
Henton.
Thank you, sir. All right, thank you so much. PR, and I think I have to stop because you have a presentation. I turn it over to our PR team right now. Christine?
Hello, everyone. Well, as you know, it's Black History Month. So with that, I'm going to let Camille start it off for us before we present.
The Caribbean, as we know it, has a whole lot of languages and stories and wonderful people, such as our famous icon, Louise Bennett, Dr. Louise Bennett, who is a famous Jamaican. She's famous for her labrish and her patois. Then we have Bob Marley, father of the reggae music. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. I say, don't worry about a thing, because we have Kamala Harris as our vice president, Joseph Davis, a Caribbean music genius, Patsy Austin Gaston, who is Gwinnett County District Attorney. Congratulations to her. And Amanda Gorman, that brought poetry to the inauguration.
Thank you so much, Camille. Some of the, as February is Black History Month, I've come up with 10 people that I thought was, important, both in history, both some are from the Caribbean, because of course, as you know, we migrated here to the US, to Europe, to Africa, all over the place. So we, the Caribbean people, migrate everywhere to better our lives. And as such, we are embedded in the history of of America and of many other countries. So with that said, let me introduce you to some of the ones that I chose. Our Vice President, Kamala Harris. She's our first woman vice president. She's African American. She has history from the Caribbean, and it's our first, let's call her Jamaican vice president. And congratulations to her. We have Bob Marley. I chose him because one, today is his birthday, and everything is gonna be all right, even in this COVID. And so today's his birthday, so let's celebrate him. And, he made reggae famous all over the world so that everyone can enjoy it. And you see his influence in a lot of different music, in pop, in a variety of music. And he is from Jamaica, and he's famous for No Woman, No Cry, Get Up, Stand Up, Is This Love, and all those things we could use today. The next person is Joseph Davis. I chose Joseph Davis because I feel like he's a 17-year-old genius who sang at the inauguration for Kamala Harris. He's a child prodigy, and he plays 12 different instruments, and I know this young man is going to change the world. And his heritage is Jamaican. We have our first African-American district attorney for Gwinnett County. Her name is Patsy Austin Gatson. So we're in 2021, and this is the first African-American for Gwinnett County. So African-Americans are making changes throughout the world. We have Miss Lewis Bennett. Miss Lewis Bennett has brought, let's say, Jamaican labrish all over the world. Her influence is in her culture. She brought her culture to, all over the world. If you talk to anybody about poetry, Jamaican culture, the first person that comes to mind is Louise Bennett. The other person I thought of was Amanda Gorman. Amanda Gorman is, let's just put her as the next Louise Bennett for the US. She brought poetry to the inauguration, and Miss Gorman is the first person to be named National Youth Poet. And I thought that was a wonderful accomplishment for, I believe she's 22 years old. Cicely Tyson. Miss Cicely, her heritage is from Nevis Island. So another Caribbean American, that's made her list. And she is on the Wall of Fame for the Institute of Caribbean Studies. Miss Tyson became famous, the first African American star of TV drama in a series. She went on to be nominated for the Academy Award for 1972 Sounder, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. She died earlier this year. We've lost a great icon. She will be remembered for years to come. And I forgot, she has Emmy Awards in 1974. Miss Joy Reid. Miss Joy Reid has Caribbean heritage, Guyana. Miss Reid is the first Black woman to anchor a cable news show during prime time. And I watched her show called The Readout, and it's very good. It premiered last year, July 20th. Look out for Joy Reid. Miss Yvette Clark. She is of Jamaican heritage. She serves as the co-chair for the Caribbean Caucus, where she works to build relationship between United States and the Caribbean American CARICOM. She is the first Black woman. She is the first Black woman and Caribbean American elected to Congress in the U.S. That is Miss Yvette Clark. Miss Gabrielle Jackson. I chose Miss Jackson because she is the co-founder and of Mental Wealth Undocumented Network. It's a multi-generational network of Black undocumented people organizing communities and building power. She's a therapist and a clinical worker and is mental, emotional well-being, which we all need right now. And so that's why I chose her. And health is also part of Caribbean Association of Georgia. One of our missions is to, awareness to the Caribbean community. And that is my 10 that I brought. I hope you enjoy them and I hope you learned something today.
This is Minister Chris.
Yes, Minister Chris.
I just want to respond quickly to what Garth said. I just want to say thank you so much for that recognition. And I tell you, you all are on fire. And Madam President, amazing job, amazing work. You all are doing some great things in the community. And I was just a ma and pop president. You are the corporation president. So I love what you all are doing and looking forward to all the things that CAG is going to continue to do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
My name is Cheryl Attaway, over about 11 years now. I had a mortgage company in downtown McDonough. I started in 2008. After having some personal challenges. And so I decided to transition to doing taxes because I was already doing my clients' taxes for loan mods. And so that's how I get to doing taxes, just to give you just a little insight on myself. My end goal is actually to be an enrolled agent. I'm not an enrolled agent. A lot of people ask me that, but I'm currently studying for that. That's the end goal, where you would actually go before the IRS to represent your clients who owe large debts. Although I do assist with that, I'm not technically in a suit going in before the court systems with them, and that is my end goal. But I did want to talk to you guys about the new 2020 updates. I don't know if everyone knows about the standard filing in the exemptions. Single this year has a standard deduction of $12,550. Merit filing single, still standard, $12,550. If you're filing head of household, meaning that you have a qualifying dependent in your head of household, it's $18,800. Merit filing jointly and qualifying widow is $25,100. I have a lot of people asking me about the standard deduction. Would it be best for me to take a standard deduction or to itemize my deduction? So that's why I kind of wanted to share that with you guys. Before, I had a lot of people coming to me asking me if they could file their tithe and offering, which would typically be 10% of their income. That would work if it's mixed with healthcare, mortgage interest, medical and dental expense. So you may see yourself over this amount, so that'll work. Just real quick, I'm gonna go into what's really, I know the talk. I'm gonna go into the talk. I'm gonna go into the stimulus talk, because that's what everyone wants to know about. The stimulus talk. Typically, that is the hottest thing this year if you did not receive your stimulus payment. In the summer of 2020, it was passed for everyone to receive $1,200 payment for the stimulus first round. Recently, within the last month, it was again for, let me see, $600. So it was 600 for that. What am I doing wrong? Wait a minute. So that's basically what's going on there. With the stimulus checks, if you did not receive your stimulus checks, everything that I see in the chat, we'll go back and address with the questions and answers at the end. So just all type of questions, just put it in there and we'll go ahead and talk about that. If you did not receive your stimulus check 1 or 2, round 1 or 2, you can file something that is called a recovery rebate. You can file a recovery rebate credit. That's a RRC credit. And they will actually give you your stimulus check on your 2020 return. I have a lot of people coming to me saying, hey, look, my child is in college. That child is my dependent. I did not get my stimulus check. Unfortunately, those rules were that you were not supposed to receive a stimulus check 1 or 2. Now 14 is coming out, the 1400, the third stimulus check, and it is in the debate of if you're going to get the third, if everyone's going to get it, regardless of being a student or not. If you're under 16, the first stimulus check for your dependent should have been a credit of $500. And then the second credit should have been $600 for your dependent under the age of 16. If you have a parent and your parent was your dependent on your 2018 return, 2019 return, that parent did not receive a stimulus check. The reason why the IRS is doing the rebate recovery credit is they are trying to eliminate dependent swapping. And basically that means if you did not get your stimulus check and someone filed you erroneous or you're dependent, you're going to claim the credit and they're going to track down where the credit went, so to speak. Going to the next one, that's the rebate recovery credit considered for your dependent. Next one, the biggest thing is that I get a lot of, is actually unemployment. If you received unemployment or not, which is a 1099-G. A lot of people come into my office and they want to not report their unemployment. Unfortunately, you have to report your unemployment. And so that is one of the major things that everyone is worried about is the unemployment. The good thing about the unemployment is even if you have unemployment or not, you will actually have a break with the unemployment. Just bear with me one moment. I let my daughter, as Sam mentioned earlier, we were feeding the community and I let my daughter bring a friend home so she hasn't seen in a while. So I need her to know to kind of be quiet, just real quick. She's louder than me. So I apologize for that, even with the struggle. Let me just text her real quick. I'm sorry. Thank you guys. I think she just went in her room without me even having to say anything. Okay. So the unemployment has to be filed. It has to be reported. I don't care if your unemployment was $600 or your unemployment was $20,000. Unemployment this year is now taxable. It is considered as a taxable income for you. So unemployment is considered as taxable income. And you have to pay taxes on the unemployment. A lot of persons have came to me and wanted to know if they file their unemployment and they have dependents, will they be over the threshold? Well, the good thing this year is that the IRS is taking your previous year AGI to determine your EIC eligibility. And what does that mean? That basically means that this year, the IRS is taking last year's tax return your adjusted gross income and qualifying you for earned income credit, which is a bonus. This is something the first time this has happened. I don't know what it will be next year, but this year your unemployment is taxable, and you can attach, your tax preparer or professional can attach a form 8812 to the tax return to have you qualified to receive the monies that may be missing. Secondly, small businesses. Let's talk about small businesses. This is very popular with small businesses. A lot of people want to know, can I deduct my small business? Am I able to deduct with my small business? And of course, there's so many different things that you can deduct. Advertising, contract labor, cost of goods, your business license, business travel, business cell phone, business insurance, professional fees. Professional fees would even be website hosting fees, rent that you paid for the office or lease, business meals, wages, payroll, telephone, travel, office supplies. If you have a home office, you can also deduct a portion of that for a home office. Home office basically means that you have an isolated area that is used solely for your home office. So in other words, if you had a computer in your den and you utilize your den in the daytime to watch TV or night, but then you work in the evening, you're sharing that space. That space is not considered as a home office. Per the IRS, it has to be an isolated area designated solely for home office and not split leisure. One of the biggest things with having a business is that you get to write off your mileage. And so let's talk about that. Well, I want to go back because I opened the door. I think I opened the door to the small businesses, which would lead us actually to the PPP loans. So if you do have a small business and you've taken advantage of the PPP loan, because that's available for you, you've taken advantage of the PPP loan and now it's time to be forgiven. You can have that loan forgiven if you are a small business owner, or, you know, small business is considered under 500 people on payroll, but you can have that turned into a grant or forgiven if you just pay 60% of that in payroll, meaning you can pay yourself. You can pay, there's no rule or law that you cannot pay yourself. You can pay yourself payroll either once a week, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, or monthly. You have to pay yourself, and it has to show through a payroll company that you're showing and paying taxes. That's the whole key. You can't write yourself a personal check and deposit it, but you have to be on payroll. 60% of the funds that was given to you has to be that way. Whether you pay your children, pay your spouse, pay yourself, it could be a family-owned business, as long as 60% of that is used on payroll. We offer that. If you do have a business that you wanted to start paying yourself, we offer that. We offer weekly, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, and monthly. We also do business taxes. We do the corporate taxes, the 1120s, 1120Ss, partnerships, 990s, and 1040 Schedule Cs. So we do that. That is something that we now offer at HPI Tax. And let's see, that I think if we have questions, I think I saw something in the chat box, and you guys know I'm kind of new to this. So if we have questions, we can see, what do we have here? I thought we could not itemize anymore unless you have a business. Actually, that is incorrect information. You can itemize with a Schedule A. You cannot, well, there's things that you can itemize. You can itemize your medical and your dental expenses. You can itemize your type in your offering. You can itemize your mortgage insurance. You can itemize the taxes that you have already paid, your property taxes. The thing is, it is so hard to get to the standard deduction. The standard deduction is amazing. For a married couple, the standard deduction, I believe, is $25,100. So if you're itemizing, then you want to have over $25,100. If you don't have that, then it's not going to be worth you taking a itemized deduction. The goal is the better deduction is actually what you want to take. And if you have any other questions, you guys, please feel free. It also says, another question, do you have to write a check from the company to yourself? It is best to set up payroll, meaning a payroll system or a payroll software that will actually come out of the account. We're not the only ones doing payroll. You do have, you know, someone who has been founded, ADP, they're a payroll company. You don't have to use HPI tax to do payroll, but you do have to have a payroll system set up so that when you do produce what the IRS wants, which is a form 940 or a 941, which is quarterly statements every quarter or yearly statements. The goal is to set up payroll so that taxes will be taken out, Social Security and FICA will be taken out, and then the IRS is taking accountability of the money that you've already made. You're paying taxes on that money as well. Okay? Do we have any questions or anything else? Can you guys hear me? We could.
Yes, I can hear.
I put it in chat.
Okay. In the chat, yeah, because the phones are breaking up a little bit. Well, those were the questions that I seen that I answered in the chat. I don't think I see anything else.
One of the questions I had, for people that file in more than one state, like if you work in more than one state.
Right. Okay, so what that is state taxes, and we're talking part year. So you would go, even if you work in more than one state, some of the states tax you for making money in their state, but when you're doing a state return or a return period, what you would do is you would put wherever your home address is the state that you're responsible for paying taxes at. So who's ever doing the taxes for you, they have, it says part year. Either you're doing part year or you're established as your residency at that state. So in other words, if you worked in New York and you live in Georgia, but New York has taxed you, you would have to put that your state, you're not a resident of New York, so that you're not paying New York state taxes, you're paying Georgia state taxes, and that's how you do that. So New York, in other words, if they taxed you, you would have a refund from New York, but you would actually be responsible for paying the Georgia state taxes. That's how that works.
I have a question. Okay. I have two questions, actually.
Yes, ma'am.
One is about nonprofit. As you know, this organization is a nonprofit, and how can we benefit from the is it PPE?
PPP loan. Yes, ma'am. That is a great question. So when you originally had your, I don't know if you filed as of yet, but the 990 is what you would file. On your 990, you have expenses and write-offs on the 990. And when you do that, there is a box that says wages. And that's what they're looking at on a PPP loan. What was paid out in wages? And a lot of times we pay ourselves without even knowing we're paying ourselves, because we as small business owners may take that money that is made and probably pay our personal light bill, or may probably put gas in our vehicles. And we're mixing and blending that, which makes it very difficult for you to show that you're paying yourself. So when you do your 990, you have to put wages. So my suggestion would be that you would go back through your account. If you blended that account, we want to get you away from blending your personal with your business, separate it and go through and say, hey, okay, this is what I paid X amount of dollars. This was me. This was this was that. And that is really your payroll. You have actually, now you need to start paying yourself that weekly. Put yourself on a salary if you're doing that, especially as a nonprofit, because you have the benefit at the end of the year that when you do the 990, it has to break even because you're a nonprofit. You can't walk away with a profit. So put it in payroll or other expenses that shows how you spent the money.
Okay, thank you for that. And I guess I can I'll speak to the our treasurer and VP, and then probably come up with a little bit more questions because of the way this organization is structured is a little different.
Okay.
And so we're all volunteer, you know, we pretty much give our service to our community.
Right,
Yes,
right,
so
right.
it's we'll have to come up with some questions strictly pertaining to this nonprofit and how because a lot of us, we put in a lot of hours, but there's no, you know, because like normally our the festival would have been the one that bring in that income, but of course we didn't have that festival last year and not this year either. So right now we're just trying to see how can we get some type of funding going forward to kind of provide resources and things like that. But I could talk to
Well, you know, part of the PPP loan is if you can show a loss from 2019 to 2000 February, actually, you have to show some type of decrease from 2019 to February of 2020. If you're able to show a 25% decrease, then you can actually apply. And that is where the funds will be given to you. And then that is where you would actually document, put yourself on payroll, put everyone that's on the 990 on payroll, and show that loan to be forgiven. It would then become a grant. Just at 60% needs to go on that, not the other 40%. The other 40% could be paid on mortgage, lease, covered supplies, and things of that nature. So you do have that ability. That option is available to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
But I understand. I think what she's saying is if you're working from home and you have an office, can you write that off? That is a great question. Most people, when we have two different people working from home. So we have people who are working from home that has an employer. So if you have an employer and you're working from home, your employer actually, you don't have employee reimbursement. It used to be a form 2 years ago where we had form 2106, and that's no longer an option. Excuse me. So your employer should be actually establishing you to get something, some type of assistant, whether they're giving you free Wi-Fi or whatever they're doing. You're already responsible for paying your lights and shelter. But I do know a lot of the employers are producing the internet and the computers. So if you have an employer, you're working for a company, then there's no reimbursement there. However, if you are a mom, a business, you know, you have your own business, you are a small business owner working from home, you have different things going on. Maybe you are a mother that sits home and coupons, and that's your business. You have your business set up to do that, and you're not taking a loss, and you're using the internet to do your research, and you're sitting in this room designated solely for your home business, then of course you can write those things off. That is something that you can write off, having a home business, working from home, but you cannot write off that your company has sent you home to do work. That's not it.
So would you suggest to, thank you for that. Would you suggest to those who are working from home that do have an employer, probably to go ahead and probably just have an EIN number or register a business so that they can, because you're thinking someone is spending 8 hours a day working for an employer, the employer getting the benefits of everything, but they're losing out because that's more life and more everything else at home. So would you suggest that to someone?
Okay, so now if you have an employer and you have been fortunate enough to keep your position and work from home, most of the employers are providing what is needed to work from home. As far as there may be incentives that they are offering to work from home. The thing is that most of the jobs are now wanting you to come back in the building. And a lot of persons have decided that they wanted to remain at home. So in that case, I'm sure that there is something probably in place, depending on how big the company is or what the position may be, to give the ability to get some type of reimbursement or some type of credit for working from home. But truthfully, to work from home, I mean, to me, it's kind of like a driver's license. It's a privilege, not a right. So, if you're working from home, you're one of the fortunate people that still have a paycheck. I have so many people that come in the office. That's why we had the need to feed today. That's why I said it was a seed to meet the need, because there's so many people that don't have the ability to work from home, and they've been forced to be in a position with no shelter, in a position of living with others, in a position of sleeping in their cars. So the ability to work from home is really a privilege to me, But of course, having a small business, this is your small business. I don't care if you bake cookies. If you bake cookies, this is your thing. You can write that off. You can write off your supplies. You can write off when you went to get your labels. All of those things you can write off and benefit. The thing about that is a lot of people think because they spend a lot of money with their business that they should write everything off. Sometimes that hurts. If you don't know what to write off, you're literally hurting yourself. So you want to be mindful if your business makes maybe, $20,000, just to throw out an example. And you say, well, Sherelle, my business made $20,000, but I travel from here to New Jersey to Florida to wherever with this business, and I put 40,000 miles on my car or 30,000 miles on my car. Well, what's going to happen is if I put in 30,000 miles, you're getting 58 cents a mile on the deduction of the dollar. So your $20,000 that you said that you made to deduct, it's probably going to take you down to $3,000. And now you have dependents and you're looking for a credit. And that's on the EIC credit. Now your credit has actually went down because it's on a sliding scale. So when you're with your preparer, your professional, you want to tell them exactly what you have, what you did, and then you can discuss what works for you, right? Because we always want credit, but sometimes you don't want to utilize everything that you put in because it may just hurt you. That's why it's best to get a professional to assist you.
The PPP loan, you said that people should go out and apply for it. I just want to be clear on the date your business has to be active. Like if I got a business February 2nd, can I apply for the PPP loan?
That is a great question. So the business is supposed to have been in position 2019 or before, or established February of 2020. You're supposed to have showed a loss in February 2020. If you just launched your business February 2020, there's nothing to compare if you launch your business, right? So it would be difficult for you to get the PPP loan just starting your business February of 2020 when you're supposed to show a loss February 2020, if that makes sense, Ms. Christine. But for the PPP loan this round, well, I guess the second round, you have to show that there was a 25% loss in income. Now, you do have to show that you were established in your business in February. You have to show that. Now, if you can show startup costs, you can show everything that you did, but you have to also have showed payroll, right? So if you had launched your business and you showed payroll, then that's something different because you could produce your 940 quarterly. You could produce that, right? So you have to have payroll with that. So now we're traveling on something sticky, but you can claim, let's get this, you're a small business, you started your small business February 2020, and you put in all of this money in your business, and your business did not get off the ground as of yet. It has not soared for you as of yet. You can claim that. You can claim that on your 1040 Schedule C, that this was your startup cost, this is what you paid for this business, but this business has not yet taken legs or wings to fly. That is something that you can do.
Okay.
Okay, so this year, the IRS has pushed back the date. The date for e-file normally happens right around Martin Luther King's birthday, about January the 18th. This year, the IRS has pushed back their e-file open date to February the 12th. Due to the PATH Act, PATH, which stands for Protecting Americans Against Tax Hack, those people that file earned income credit will not have their check released until March, the first week of March. Now, because of that, we are fully aware of that. Because of that, our company, HPI Tax, offers you the ability to file your taxes before the IRS opens, and we offer you the ability to get upfront funds. Our upfront funds are anywhere from a $500 advance on your tax return to $6,000 on your tax return. The great thing about it is it's not credit driven. It's not a personal decision that I make. I put your information in, send it over to the bank, and the bank determines the risk. Now, I have so many people that have came in to file their taxes. We've been open since January the 2nd, and we have already produced over about 150 of these advance loans for everyone. So my suggestion to you would be, the 12th, the IRS normally does the e-file, but before they open, they do pilot loans. They do pilot testing to make sure their system wouldn't crash. So you can see this week that if you've already filed or you're gonna file, you'll see the IRS starting to snatch those returns, and they'll go into an e-file status because they wanna make sure that the system will not crash when accepting on the big open day. So yeah. We offer the advance funds for those who need the money before the IRS decides to open.
Okay. I do. How do we contact you?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so well, it's really simple. It's not even by a phone call. We've made it so simple, so easy. We know that everything is virtual. We've already was virtual before the pandemic. So we had already foreseen that you can have something like your smartphone, something as a simple smartphone. You log in on your smartphone, really simple. The website that we have is hpitax.com. You just put HPI tax, wait a minute, hpitax.com right from your phone, right in your living room, right from your computer, and you can file your taxes online. Really simple, hpitax.com. Let me see if it'll come up in here for us, but hpitax.com, you can file right from your smartphone, right from your laptop, right from your living room, and it's really simple, if you can see that. We're all mobile, hpitax.com, and you just download your documents, and we'll take care of you. Well, I thank you. It's a humbling experience. I am truly grateful that you thought about little old me to share the news, and I'm a funnel for that. So I just want everybody to know hpitax.com, all 50 states. We even do it out of state for our people that's out of state, out of the country. They literally go on the website and download wherever they at, and we take care of them just like that.
I get to the, I'm the one that I get to the nitty gritty. So
Get
how
to the
are
nitty-gritty.
the nitty gritty? Yes. How are the public that's going to file with you get their money? Are you going to direct deposit it, or are you going to put it in a card?
That is a great question. And we do direct deposit. We actually have that option available where it will go into your own automatic clearinghouse, your own bank. All we need is your routing number and account number. You'll get your deposit. Or if you want a prepaid card, we actually have Green Dot prepaid cards at the office. Or you can get a cashier's check. So we have 3 different ways to have your money sent to you. Our first choice, of course, would be direct deposit with your own personal bank, your routing number and account number. Second choice would either be a debit card, which we provide. And the third choice, we can do a cashier's check at the office, printed with your name.
Okay. And last but not least, is there a percentage to the people so they know up front? Like is it 155 or 180? So they know. I like my people to know.
Great. I'm
to
glad
use
you
the
asked that
service.
question.
Yes.
Oh, right. So I'm glad you asked that question. Our fees at HPI Tax, they range anywhere from $25 to $1,200. Now, $1,200 is corporate taxes, me doing payroll.
Yeah, we know that.
Right. So a standard tax return would run you anywhere from about $150 to $225 on a standard tax return. Okay. So, however, we offer $100 referral fees. So your referral fee can actually pay for a free tax preparation. I would pay you to do your taxes.
And so everyone can reach out to Sherelle personally and make your contacts. Thank you once again, Sherelle.
You are welcome.
Thank you so much.